All over the world, things are changing. From busy shipping routes to important meetings at the United Nations, there's a new world order forming. And guess who's right in the middle of it all? India. India's story is a long and interesting one. And now, it's ready to take center stage. For a long time, people saw India as a country with lots of potential, but also lots of problems. But that's changing fast. India's economy is booming. More and more people are becoming middle class, and its technology is amazing. But what's really shaking things up is India's new confidence in its foreign policy and its desire to become a world leader. Let's explore how India is becoming so important, what challenges it faces, and what it all means for the future. To understand what India wants to do, you have to look at where it is. India sits right where important trade routes have always met. That's given it a special role in the world. The Indian Ocean is like a giant highway for ships carrying goods and oil all over the world, and India is right there. This makes India important for keeping the ocean safe, and India's navy is doing more and more to stop pirates and protect ships. But this great location also has some downsides. India has a very long coastline and is close to some dangerous areas. This means India has to be on guard all the time, ready to deal with threats like terrorists and smugglers. In today's world, countries are constantly making new friends and rivals. India has decided to be friends with everyone. It's carefully managing its relationships with the United States, China, and Russia. India and the US are becoming closer because they both believe in democracy and are worried about China's growing power. They're working together more on defense, doing military exercises and sharing secret information. But India is also still good friends with Russia, which sells India important weapons. This balancing act is tricky, but it lets India stay independent and do what's best for itself. India's foreign policy starts close to home, in a part of the world with a complicated history and some ongoing disagreements. As the biggest country in South Asia, India wants to keep things peaceful and be the leader. But this isn't easy because of old problems with Pakistan, especially the fighting over Kashmir. This makes it hard for countries in the area to work together. And then there's China, which is becoming more powerful in South Asia. China's growing friendship with Pakistan is a challenge for India. India's growing importance is all thanks to its amazing economic growth. People used to think India's economy was too slow, but now it's one of the fastest growing in the world. Lots of young people, a growing middle class, and a booming tech industry are making India a real economic powerhouse. Many companies from other countries want to invest in India, and this gives India money to improve its military, build new roads and bridges, and be more confident in its foreign policy. India is also becoming more important in global money groups, speaking up for other developing countries. Chapter 5. Muscles and Alliances. Building a strong defense posture. As India becomes more important in the world, it needs to protect itself. Lately, India has been working hard to make its military stronger, buying new weapons, improving its computer defenses, and making its navy bigger. India knows that threats can come from anywhere, so it's teaming up with other countries. They're doing military exercises together and sharing information to stay safe. India isn't trying to start fights, but it wants to be strong enough that no one wants to fight it. Chapter 6. Beyond Hard Power, the Allure of Indian Soft Power. India isn't just about military power, it's also about its cool culture. From yoga and Ayurveda to Bollywood movies, India has always fascinated people. Indians who live in other countries are sharing their culture and values all over the world. Indian Americans are doing great things in places like Silicon Valley and Wall Street, making India look even better. India is also working hard to promote peace and cooperation through its diplomacy. It's involved in many international groups, speaks up for developing countries, and believes in working together with other countries. Chapter 7. The Path Ahead. Navigating the challenges of global power. Becoming a world leader isn't easy for India. It still has problems with poverty and inequality, and it needs to make sure everyone benefits from its growth. There are also security threats like disagreements with neighbors, extremism, and a world where power is constantly shifting. To deal with these challenges, India needs to be smart, plan ahead, and be ready to change. The world expects a lot from India now. Everyone wants to see how India uses its new power, if it will be a responsible leader, and if it will help make the world a more peaceful and prosperous place. Outro India on the world stage. India's story is one of big dreams, hard work, and taking its rightful place in the world. Its location, growing economy, and cool culture have all helped it become a major player. But India's journey is just beginning. There are still big challenges ahead, both inside the country and outside. How India deals with these challenges will decide not just its own future, but the future of the whole world. One thing's for sure, what India says and does will be very important in the 21st century. The world will be watching as India writes the next chapter of its amazing story. Please like, share, and subscribe for more such videos.